Alright, we're here for Triple S Class Revival Hunter. It's been a little bit. Obviously, we've done ORV for the past 2 weeks, so let's pick up some of this from where we left off, albeit, I can't lie, the recent arc has been a bit fucking boring. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but we'll see if it gets any better. It can't go on like this, Heavenly Demon Nim. Half of the Blood God has been destroyed. The Elders have scattered all over after saying they will enter the world of martial arts. But we've already lost track of their locations. It's not the time to fight the idiots in the faction. It may be the biggest crisis our cult, no, maybe our world has faced. As you ordered, we have made a pharmacy that does not distinguish between the sects. The leader of the Tang Mun came, as did the masters of the Mosan sect. I will catch some Jiangshi and get results as soon as possible. Demon Lord Wu Yang and the Blood Demon have been attacked. Even if we defeat 100 Jiangshi today, 1,000 new Jiangshi will be created tomorrow. We cannot handle this. Heavenly Demon Nim, please flee to Nakdo. If you block yourself off on the island, no matter how many Jiangshi there are, 1 million or 10 million, they will not be able to cross the sea. How could this place be the only group that practices martial arts? If we set up the banner of our cult, it will still be a part of the martial world. Forget the oath you made with the Murim Lord, and please retreat to make a comeback later. The law of the heaven has changed, and a human's duty always change. Heavenly Demon Nim, why did you keep to the worthless promise? It was an oath made before the world became corrupt. Heavenly Demon Nim, Heavenly Demon. Chapter 58. How did you endure it? Follow us. Humans all die someday. There is an interesting story told among Miram. There was once a high-ranking master who achieved both 1,000 poison immunity and stone durability. With the techniques, no poison could eat away his inside, and no sword could injure his skin. He can be said to be almost invincible. Inside, he was invincible. Outside, he was invincible. How can one kill a person who can't be harmed with the most brutal poison nor the sharpest sword? There's one thing that the old stories can never tolerate. It's invincibility. Old age will get to him at some point. Children of the outside world, can you guess how that high-ranking master died? How did he die? He died because of a succubus. The pleasure of uniting yin and yang is not poison. It is not a sword either. But isn't excessive pleasure also a poison? Correct. That was probably what's his fucking name again? It's been that long. Oh god. The zombie boy. Gongja, Jesus. Correct. Thus the succubus did not offer a storm of pleasure in the beginning. She was clever. She calmly took her time. At first, she started with the most subtle pleasure. In the end, he indulged even the most lethal of pleasures. As he had intercourse with the succubus, he stopped thinking of her palms, slapping him as pain. Her whip came to be recognized as pleasure. The succubus's gestures, footsteps, and even small glances became a sort of happiness for the master. And at the last moment, the succubus strangled him. There was no need for strong martial arts. It didn't take much effort. As he suffocated, unable to breathe, he was soaked with pleasure and smiled brightly. Even after death, his face was smiling. He was invincible inside and out, but he was not invincible to happiness. The lesson of the story is simple. Don't play around with succubi, obviously. It's not just an old story, it's something that really happened.
He was a master raised among jade and gold in the Tong Moon, but that bitch was secretly a succubus sent to assassinate him. Most of the novices who set out to learn martial arts don't understand. They think the goal of martial arts is to become invincible, and that the reason for learning martial arts is to attain immortality and eternal life. They are wrong. Anyone who has achieved the 1000 poison immunity will die from something other than poison. Those who achieve the stone durability will die by something other than a sword. Do you understand? Martial artists don't simply choose which martial arts to learn. It's about choosing what kind of warrior you will live as, and how you will die. Humans all die someday. How can we be bitter about that fact? But I didn't want a death like this. Assassination is good. Poisoning is also good. It's also good to be attacked by an army, or be killed by one of the Shaolin monks. It's good to die betrayed by a trusted companion, and it is perfectly good to die while doing something for the younger generation. But a death like this is unacceptable. You asked me how I endured it. We just want to die the way we want.
Even though their cause of death is the same, they all died on different dates. It looks like someone intentionally moved their bodies.
Not a lot of them went far today.
Last night the moonlight was clear, and not as much as sunlight. The moonlight could stop the Jiangshi.
It snowed.
This righteous sect will never fall to the Jiangshi.
The people of our cult will not be destroyed, eaten by mere corpses.
People died.
It's ours. If our sect is to be destroyed, it must be by the wicked fingertips of the demonic cult.
If this cult disappears from this world, it is only by the blade of that sect.
Even if the 9 great schools and 5 noble clans disappeared. Even if the martial arts text became so dusty that it became impossible to read the words. This world had not yet perished.
Murim Lord, Namgung family, Tai Sang family head. Namgung Un.
Let's say that there are 1 billion people in the world. And 999,999,999 people die of infectious disease. There's only one person left.
I'm Bu Wol Sun, the Ark sect.
I am the heavenly demon.
If the last person in the world takes his own life, then the destruction of the world won't be caused by an illness. It will be suicide. Years have passed since there were only 2 people left in the world.
So, Bai Hyang, that fight was just to determine the end of the world.
I request our 990th battle.
To surrender, or to the death?
To the death!
Their foot movements were so slow. Just like kids. They were slowly dying in this apocalypse. Well into its 990th day. This... It can't go on like this. It's absurd. It wasn't supposed to be like this. In the eye of the Sword Emperor, that might look like a really great fight. However, no matter how great the principle is, no matter how great the hidden reason is, it's an insult to the 2.
What will you do? Will you kill the heavenly demon and Murim Lord in their stead? That's right. That can be a merciful gift too. That's what I would do. But don't forget that you and I are nothing more than strangers.
I know. But they don't want that either. If they had to die, then they wanted their deaths to be at the hands of the other person. I'm gonna finish this world in my own way.
It's already nighttime, old man.
Maybe since it's winter, the day is short.
I'll defeat you for sure tomorrow.
Where have you been?
We were busy trying to take care of the infected.
Did you make any progress?
Not yet.
As expected, we'll go and take the first rest.
Yeah, go. Please be honest.
Huh?
How long do you think it would take to make a cure?
To be honest with you, at least 120 days.
Usually, twice a year. It would take 3 times more. The schedule for this sort of thing should be more generous. But even if you have a generous schedule, it isn't enough.
Yeah, it's also that is also right.
So 100 days on the shorter end, on the longer end, about 300.
Actually, we may not be able to make it at all. The facilities and environment are also poor. I'm sorry. At this point, I can't guarantee you anything, King of Death.
That won't be enough time. The next 10 days. That's enough. Don't worry. I will solve the problem. I will somehow solve the problem of time. The words you heard when we first fell into this world. Do you remember them? My words are the same as yesterday. The time limit is right in front of us. If we don't break this stage, we can never escape from the apocalypse. Please set aside any thoughts that will get in the way. I will do my best in my position, so please, show me your best too.
I'll clear all my doubts.
Yes, I promise you. All other issues will be handled by me. Future Head Alchemist. Please trust me and keep working. We'll probably end up doing 2 chapters today just because I don't have a whole lot of time before I gotta go to work. So this will be a 2-chapter reaction, and then we'll try and do 3, maybe 4 next week. Feeling a bit nasally as well, which I don't like, because that impedes my ability to voice act. Please, trust me and keep working.
If it weren't for you, I'd still be in the back streets of the slums, with all my equipment taken away. I honestly can't imagine how things would have gone for me. I want to pay you back, King of Death. I'll put all my effort into developing the cure. But when I get focused with my work, I become unaware of my environment. I'll probably forget my manners, so...
That's okay. Please show the full extent of your skills.
I understand. Old man, something right now, support me to your full abilities.
Support? Huh? You rotten little... There's a hierarchy to everything. You're just a great old brat. How dare you ask me, the great Master King, to support you?
Skill card, open.
What the? Are you trying to brag about your skills to me? Didn't you know I was a bloody Silicon Valley? But it's problematic that young ones these days think that skills are everything. True skill cards are supposed to...
You can look at what my skills are.
What? You're going to reveal your skills to your rival? Are you insane?
Or should I show them to you myself? This skill is Moving Hospital. It enables me to conduct everything from blood tests to brainwave tests in real time. I can also pull out and use ingredients I've stored in it. However, there's a 2% chance of misdiagnosis. This one is Life Diagnosis. I'm able to know my patients at a genetic level. By using these 2 skills combined, I'm able to minimize my chance of misdiagnosis.
Wait! You brat! Why are you showing me your skills? What if I were to reveal this to the alchemy castle? Or others in the industry?
You can if you want, but please probably support me in the production of this cure.
Listen, I'm asking you why.
Because I need you in order to develop this cure as fast as possible. You despise me, right? I'm sure you're livid because some young kid's been acting about without knowing her place. I bet you're annoyed that someone like me has talent. And I'm sure it drives you mad that I have way more days to live than you. And it means I'm going to get treated well way longer. If you help me this time, I'll give you all the recipes I made so far. I don't even say that I made them. You're free to take them and use them.
You won't do that. His pride. This man is made of nothing but pride. He won't accept that.
You rotten bitch.
I'll analyze the zombie virus.
One day, you'll come to know that you're just a frog in a well.
Please do the task that I assigned you.
There will be a day where your pride is crushed and you reek of a rotten stench.
Please do the task that I assign you.
You will eventually meet someone who's better than you too.
I'll write down the stuff I need, so please find them for me. King of Death, I'm sorry, but could you please go outside? The sound of your breathing bothers me. Very much so.
When you go out, get 6 more zombies. We need more samples. Get a kid, a young adult, and an old person in each sex. Also, fetch these ingredients if you see any.
Leave it to me.
It's been rough because my body's not moving the same anymore, and the Jiangxi are spread out today.
It's not like they travel thousands of miles. It's not complaining, just move them.
One week. 3 more days. After entering the apocalypse.
We won't be able to go outside today. There are days like these as well. In fact, it was our luck that the past few days were sunny. The worst was a 30-day long blizzard. We weren't able to step a single foot outside because there was no sun.
But then the Jiangxi are going to keep moving. Is that okay? If they go too far away, you won't be able to collect samples. We won't be able to collect them, sorry.
It can't be helped if such a thing happens. They're lost then. Just 3 years ago, there were almost 1,000 men in my cult. And the brats of the Orthodox faction that geezer dragged here were about that many as well. But as time went by, there were Jiangxi that went so far that we couldn't find them anymore.
I'm sure that's the scariest part. When after waking up and going into the snow, the Jiangxi that was there yesterday had disappeared.
Do you think I would feel something like fear?
Yes, I do.
The world truly has turned upside down. Normally, I wouldn't let Normally, I wouldn't let someone that said such a thing live. Oh, child of the outside lands, you should be thankful that the world has ended.
You and the head of the Martial Alliance are the best martial artists. The martial arts master. Let's read that again. You and the head of the Martial Alliance are martial arts masters. Your knowledge of martial arts is so great. I feel bad even comparing myself to you guys. However, no matter how great of a martial artist master you are, your ki isn't infinite. When will you run out of ki? You're blocking your spinal ki points with your ki. And you told me how everything from breathing to beating your heart, moving your arms and legs, are all being done with your ki. No matter how much ki you have, you can't do such a ridiculous feat forever. All people die eventually. I'll ask you again. When will you run out of ki?
You're quick to catch on, child.
How many days are left?
Let me rephrase it. It's nasty how quick you catch on.
The reason why the veritable records of the Heavenly Demon ends. It was such a simple problem if you put just a little bit of thought into it. When you run out of ki, neither of you will be able to move anymore.
That's right. Heart, lungs, or Predantian.
That is part of your body where ki is stored.
We'll let everything rot except for these 3 parts.
So you already know.
The damn Shaolin monk lasted a year without us. Just like a damn monk, he entered Nirvana while sitting cross-legged. In the end, except for his face, he was no different than a Jiang Xi. His entire body was rotten black.
Amita Buddha. Amitabha Buddha.
Amitabha Buddha. Those were his final words. You asked if I am afraid. Yes, I am. I'm afraid of running out of ki. I'm afraid of exhausting my life force. I'm afraid of the blizzard and the lack of sunlight. I'm afraid of my subordinates disappearing by the time the sun comes up. I'm afraid that I won't be able to kill that damn geezer in the end. And I'm afraid that geezer won't be able to kill me. I'm afraid that a day will come where neither I nor the geezer will be able to move anymore. I'm afraid that me and the geezer will have to lay on our beds and wait until our ki dries up and we perish.
Hey, demon. I'm sorry. I can't move my body anymore.
That's how much I'm afraid.
I'm sorry.
And there it is. Well, given what I said at the beginning, the arc has managed to pull itself back. It was a bit unnecessarily weird, in my opinion. I felt like a lot of the chapters of this arc were superfluous, had a bit of dead time. However, it was all... and I suppose it's just, each to their own. I didn't find it entertaining. I'm sure somebody would have, and that's why it was there. However, these past 2 chapters have pulled it back. They were really good. These 2 chapters were very good. So with that out of the way, leave a like, comment, sub, should have your own usual YouTube stuff, notification bell. With that out of the way, I've been Animosity, you've been you, and I hope you can time for another video. Ta-ta. For now.